So, today we're going to be making cookies and cream fudge. So, you're going to need 2 cups of heavy cream and then 2/3 cups of granulated sugar. And then you're going to put it in your pan, stir it. I actually have had mine going for a little bit here now, and it's simmering. So, I've already set my oven timer, and basically I'm going to let it do this for about 35 minutes. And I'll try to get a shot. You'll see that it's going to rise as it's doing this, but that's perfectly normal. Make sure you have a big enough pan that's going to compensate for that. Otherwise, you get it running over the sides and it'll actually burn the milk to the bottom. So make sure when you do that, you have a nice sized pan. I'll watch for it to start boiling up some there, and then I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so right now I have about 12 minutes left. And this is kind of what I mean by it rises when it's simmering. This is perfectly normal. Like I said, you want a nice sized pan. That way it compensates for it. If you plan on doing a bigger batch, I would definitely use a bigger pan. And you might have to adjust your time if you do decide to double the batch. But this is perfectly normal. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show now. You can kind of see how it's bubbled up a little bit more. It's almost done. I have about 6 minutes left here. So this is perfectly normal. Like I said, make sure you use a nice sized pan, and then that way you can kind of compensate for it, the boiling up there, and you won't have to worry about it boiling over. Okay, so my 35 minutes are up. So now I'm just going to let this set for a couple of minutes, and then that way it'll reduce down. And then once I get ready to put it in the cup there, I'll show you guys what it should look like as you're pouring it into the cup. Alright, so it's cooled down now, and as you can see there, we have that nice, it's like a peach color to it. That's how you want it to look. And so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour it into a cup. And then you kind of see how it's already starting to thicken. So then you're going to take it once you get it in that cup, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours, and then it's ready to use. Alright, so you can kind of see there, it's a little liquidy, but it's going to thicken here really quick. But that's how you want it to look. You get about 15 ounces to 2 cups, and then that's what we're going to use for our fudge. Okay, so I let my condensed milk sit and cool down for a couple hours there. As you can see, it got nice and thick like we want it. So now we're going to start making our fudge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour my condensed milk in first. So this is about 15 ounces this time is what I got off of the mixture there, which is what we want. And then I have 3 cups of white chocolate chips, so we're going to put that in there. We're going to add our teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to melt this together first. And then after we get it all melted, then we'll add our cookies and cream. Alright, so now that I have this nice and smooth, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut my heat off. And then I want to put in my cookies. You can add in however many you like. I normally do roughly about, I want to say at least a good 15 to 20 cookies that I crush up to put into the fudge. Of course, I'm one of those people that thinks the more cookie the better. So, we've got it all nice and mixed in here now. And now I'm going to put it in my parchment paper. Just going to come over here like this. And put it in my pan. And then, alright. And then I'm just going to kind of smooth it into my corners. I want my parchment to stay back as much as possible. Gets kind of tricky sometimes trying to do this, but it all eventually works out in the end. And then you have cookies and cream, and you want to set this in your refrigerator for about 2 to 3 hours, or you know, if you prefer, you can stick it in the freezer for about an hour and it's just as good. And we'll be back as soon as it's done and I can show you how it's set up. Okay, so I let the fudge sit and we're ready to cut into it. So we're just gonna kind of cut and you just kind of see that's your cookies and cream fudge, and it is delicious. I hope if you like this that you'll subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.